We've lived in Beverly for 4 years.
I've lived in Beverly for 17 years.
We've been in Beverly for 52 years.
I grew up in Beverly, lived there my whole life.
Leo and I moved here to Beverly 7 years ago this past August.
I've essentially lived in Beverly all my life, 54 years now.
Before we came to Beverly, we lived in Boxford.
There are so many more amenities here in Beverly.
In the 80s, we used to come to Beverly, and we would constantly drive by the Cummings Center, at that time the Shoe, and what a tremendous eyesore that whole area was. When we moved back, it was an amazing transformation to drive down past the Cummings Center to see the revitalized downtown. It gave you a completely different feeling about the city.
Really credit Bill Scanlon for doing what he's done. He is obviously a decision maker.
The continuity is what makes the difference. If you have the change in leadership every 2 years or 4 years, you're not going to make the progress, because these projects take a long time and they take somebody dedicated and focused on getting them completed.
I have two daughters, one in 7th grade and one in 9th grade. My daughters have gotten a very good education. What I've come to appreciate in the long run is some very difficult decisions were made, like closing schools and cutting back on certain things. Those decisions that Mayor Scanlon, along with the school committee, had to make were very difficult decisions, but in the long run, it produced a better product. With that high school, which I give 100% of the credit to Mayor Scanlon. I remember at the time there was a lot of back and forth with the state and the city council. It seemed like they both had to say yes at the same time, and he single-handedly made that happen. He exhibited the leadership that was needed to just get it done.
We're still relatively new transplants coming from Pittsburgh.
We kept hearing the Beverly school systems were good ones, so that was one of the things that drew us here, was certainly the future of where our children were going to go to school.
I have been pleased with the schools, especially the newly built high school. And top on my list for Mayor Scanlon is pushing forward with a new middle school. I believe the momentum is there, and I'd like to see that carried through.
As far as the downtown goes, it has become a very, very vibrant place. I always feel very secure in Beverly. I don't think we have all that great a crime rate. The police department has done a wonderful job.
We lived in Ryleside for 28 years. We used to have an awful water problem because every time there was a heavy rain, there was a catch basin in front of our house, and it was always blocked. For 28 years we were flooded. Bill came in and he changed the whole situation. The infrastructure has been improved drastically. Along with the Cummings Center and everything else he did, I think he did a fabulous job.
I go to school in Boston as a nighttime law student. Sometimes I drive into Boston, other times I take the commuter rail. The existing parking is not enough to house all the people that want to park there. The parking garage that Mayor Scanlon has proposed, and perhaps some stores on the bottom floor, is an initiative that Bill Scanlon has really taken hold of. As someone who played football and lacrosse in high school, the turf field being built in Beverly is something that's exciting. You can get out, you can practice earlier than you normally would be able to practice. You're not as much subject to the elements. It's a big initial investment, but in the long term it pays for itself, because the upkeep and landscaping is something you don't have to worry about. And it's also something that's extremely convenient for the people and the young people of Beverly who play sports, and it gives them the opportunity to do things that they wouldn't be able to do on a normal grass field.
The interesting thing about that Beverly Commons project is I had known Bill Scanlon before we were elected together in 1993. I had the idea for the Common project and really didn't know how to get this thing off the ground, how to get it started. I went into Bill, he recognized it as a pretty solid idea and felt like it could be a focal point for the downtown area, since the library had just been renovated and Montserrat College of Art was occupying the Hardy building. We chose to do it by involving the community. Once again, I think that was Bill's idea, to involve the community in creating a design contest. So what you see at the Beverly Commons, although it was originally my idea, Bill was the one that put forward about having a community contest to get the input of the citizens. And what you see there today is a result of my ideas and Bill's execution on putting that all together. It's been a terrific success. It's a beautiful park. When I was on the city council, it was quite an experience serving with Bill Scanlon. We all worked very hard together to try and pull the city out of a real financial crisis at that point in time. The thing I remember most about him was his incredible work ethic. He put everyone to shame. He would work day and night, 7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day to pull the city out of the mess it was in. And he essentially saved the city. The city's bond rating has been improved 7 times under Bill's leadership. That translates into thousands of dollars of savings to the city that they don't have to pay in interest rates if their bond ratings had not improved. So that is actually dollars that now go back into city services and schools that otherwise would have been paid out in interest payments, and that's directly tied to Bill's ability to manage a multi-million-dollar budget. Being the mayor of any city or town in Massachusetts today is very, very difficult work. It's serious business. The economy is struggling. This is a multi-million-dollar budget here in Beverly, over $100 million. So the way Bill has been able to manage this during this difficult time, managing this budget, and actually improving our services. People of Beverly really should realize what they have in the manager. And it's not a popularity contest. Bill manages for results. He doesn't manage for popularity, and he gets results. And I think that's what the people of Beverly should recognize that they have in Bill Scanlon.
You're running a business, and that's what running a city is, running a business. You have to have somebody at the head that can make decisions, taking input from everybody, but then finally at the end of the day, somebody has to make that decision. I think Bill has proven that he can do it. We need somebody like Bill Scanlon in office to make sure that we stay on the right course.
We have a candidate who has demonstrated for over and over and over again that he can get it done and that he's doing it well, and he's managing our money to the best of his ability in very, very difficult economic times with outstanding results.
Who would you choose at this point in time in the city's history to run the city? Because it's a big business. It's $100 million plus. And who has the experience? Bill has it for sure.
I am behind him in the momentum that he brings with his experience thus far leading the city of Beverly, and I look forward to continuing the positive strides he's made in the educational system and a brand new middle school.
I believe that someone who can produce and can show that he can accomplish tasks as he has done so far and proven his abilities to drive things forward is someone that I have confidence in that will allow me to continue to raise my family, our family, in a safe environment with good public education and hopefully a brand new middle school as well.
I'm voting for Bill Scanlon because he's interested in the future of Beverly, making it a place where people want to spend time as well as live. Some of the problems that we face going forward in the future, whether it be the environment or anything else Bill Scanlon's involved in, he's concerned about it and he's taking creative steps to address all of those problems.
Running a $100+ million budget and managing a city that delivers services to over 40,000 people is incredibly serious business. It's not the time to take a chance with someone who is unproven at any level of management, let alone managing an over $100 million budget, educating thousands of our children, and managing services that are delivered to over 40,000 citizens. This is incredibly serious business. And not only has Bill managed the city of Beverly during his 16 years in office, he's directly responsible for improving the city of Beverly. The services that we all enjoy today are a direct result of his intellect, his drive, his hard work, his business acumen, his listening skills, and his ability to manage complex problems and solve them with an incredible resolve to continue to move the city forward. That's why I support Bill Scanlon, and I urge you to as well.
In recent years, working together, we've made a lot of progress here in Beverly. And now I believe there's an opportunity to make the city we love even better. I would much appreciate your support in the upcoming election and your vote on November 8th as we go forward to make Beverly the best city that it can be. Thank you.